What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 5. Season 6, episode 5. So look, it's going to be real easy, down and dirty. We start the episode off where we left off last week with what's that boy named Zell Swag and Paris at the party with Brittany. Now, once they realized that Brittany was throwing shade and they got to going back and forth, Brittany told them to leave, and they were like, no. And they got real ignorant. They were being ignorant about the situation. They got the bowling. She went and got security, and security came, and they act like they was gonna run from security. But anyway, that was that. But basically, they realized that she was friends with, K. Michelle. And they were like, oh, okay, well, you picked your side. You friends with K. Michelle. Okay, cool. Then Brittany on her end was saying, she loyal, that, the Paris was this, that, and the other, and that she's loyal to K. Michelle, and that's how it went down. Okay, cool. Next thing you know, we see Lyrica dropping the baby off to her mama because she decided she is going to go on the road with A1. Mama wouldn't even let A1 hug her, honey. She said, nope. That's what we not going to do. Princess and Ray J lost their dog. That's it. That's all. I ain't got no more for that. They lost their dog. They clearly have no storyline this season. And it's cool. Because I don't want to see them. What I don't want to see them do is make up a storyline. I don't want to see them pretend like they arguing. Pretend like life ain't good for them. If that's all you got is that your dog got stolen, then that's all you got is that your dog got stolen. Go for it, boo. They looking for Bugatti. That's all I got for that. All right. We got Mickey Monday and his girlfriend Slick Woods. Now, I knew who Slick Woods was. Y'all remember a few years back when Rihanna launched her Savage line, Fenty Savage, and the model that was pregnant and actually went into labor during the show and had the baby like the next day or later on that day, that is Slick Woods. And I thought it was her, but I just had to fact check myself before I said it on here because I know y'all was going to clear it up if I was wrong. But we see Mickey Monday and her, and I don't know, it's weird. We saw them hanging out, and excuse me, when I say weird, I don't mean, their vibe just seemed weird. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's because maybe Slick Woods isn't really comfortable with the whole camera situation. I mean, well, she's a model. I don't mean camera, but with the whole reality situation. But she was there, and Mickey Monday is going to be performing at the event at Jason Lee's Unlocked event. Lyrica's going to be performing there. She said she's going to be getting back in town and just enough time to perform at the event. And so we got that. And so we'll see that later on. Brittany B and K. Michelle. So K. Michelle is working on a household brand that she's going to be launching soon. She couldn't give us a lot of information about it, but she was meeting up with Brittany B. Now I am absolutely positively not feeling Brittany B because I feel like she's unnecessarily shady. Like when she was talking to K. Michelle, and she was explaining to K. Michelle what went down at the bowling party, and K. Michelle was like, in her confessional, she was like, do I look like I need somebody to cape for me? Like, do I look like I need somebody to, have my back, so to speak? Like, I can handle my business. Like, you don't have to be shading people because I got, because I have history with them. Then she was talking about the whole April singing situation, and she was like, I don't know if April can sing or not. I could barely hear her. And, at least Monique does work on her craft and everything. But, I'm a real lyricist, so, And I was just like, so I'm just like, why are you being so shady? Like, excuse me, like, it's just not necessary. Like, you don't have a relationship with these women. Why? Well, Monique you do, but April. And you can have a problem with April because, once again, maybe you have a problem with April because of Monique and April's relationship, which she did kind of come at Monique about that. But I'm like, if Monique's good with her, then if I like it, if you like it, I love it kind of situation. But then she got to talking about the Lyrica thing again. And again, just being real shady about Lyrica this and Lyrica that. And she calling her Lyrica and talking about she can't be trusted. And, and And again, K. Michelle was defending Lyrica and was like, look, you're not going to sit here and act like Lyrica's not talented. I mean, I'm just saying, she alright or whatever. She off the strength of her husband. Lyrica was, K. Michelle was like, she said, I met with her and her energy is different. Like, she really has a different energy, and I'm cool with it. And so she kind of backed down a little bit when she saw K. Michelle wasn't going to jump on the hate train with her. But I'm just like, where's all this coming from? Like, because when we get to the end of this and you really hear the whole breakdown of her beef with Lyrica, because she making it seem like her and Lyrica were best friends and Lyrica just played her, kicked it to the curb or whatever. You know what I mean? But we'll get there. All right, we'll get there. I don't want to go too far ahead. We'll get there. So we have Paris. I keep wanting to say Paris, Lord. We have Paris. I'm sorry. Paris, Zell, and April. They having like a little sleepover over to April's house, and they happen to notice Fizz's shoes, and she's like, oh, those are Fizz's. And of course we got to hear the whole conversation about how they just best friends and ain't nothing going down. But this time she admits that she would sleep with Fizz if given the opportunity. I said, okay, we getting a little bit closer to what's really good here. Now B2K is in California. They starting the California leg of their tour. They down in Fresno. We see J Boog, and again he's having a conversation with Fizz because he like, look, I stand to make $3.5 million off this tour alone. Well, he really said the next couple of days, but I don't know about that one. But let's just say for the whole tour. And the last thing I want is to mess up this brand, and I damn sure don't want this to implode before we get to the end of the tour, because I got money to make. And he's talking to Fizz, and again, if Fizz says the same thing, Fizz is talking about April, they just best friends, but he leaves the door open for something to happen between them. And he said, look, Omarion ain't said nothing to me, so until he say something to me, or he seemed like, he wanted to talk to me like a man about the situation, it is what it is. And I'm just like, why he gotta come to you? You the one messing with his baby mama. I feel like that's a conversation you need to go to him about. But whatever. Marcus Houston shows up. Now, I always thought Marcus Houston and Omarion were... Y'all little boppers, let me know. Because, see, B2K was after me. I'm a New Edition girl. So, I always thought that Marcus Houston and Omarion were cousins. But J Boog and Marcus Houston are cousins. Now, are J Boog, Omarion, and Marcus Houston all related? Because I always thought that the relationship was between Omarion and Marcus Houston. Y'all get me straight in them comments. I know y'all will. Because like I said, I'm a New Edition girl. So, I'm a little older. Okay? But neither here nor there. We see J Boog have a conversation with Marcus Houston. And he's like, look. This is the time of reboots and reunion tours. And we are making good money. We making it work. Immature need to work it out. Y'all need to go on tour and get the fans what they want. And basically he was like, and we can make a lot of money. Marcus was like, all right, I'll talk to the fellas and see what's up. And he said it like, it sounds like he has a better relationship with, his former group than maybe B2K had, because it doesn't sound like there's a lot of strife there. He was like, I call the fellas and see what's up. He was like, but we 40-something, almost 40-something year old men that got our own life, but we'll see if we can make it work. So I was like, okay. Now again, I couldn't name you one immature song, but I thought they were cute for what they were. I remember them being in the house party movies and all that stuff. So it's cool. We down to the Peppermint Club for the Jason Unlocked extravaganza, okay? Now, K. Michelle is performing. Mickey Monday's performing. Apple Watts is in the audience. Slick Woods is there. Lyrica and A1 are there. And Lyrica and A1 show up like newlyweds, hand in hand. And Lyrica said they working on things. A1 talking about something, well, I made some mistakes and everything. But after a couple of nights on the road and a couple of romantic evenings, I feel like we back on track. I'm like, oh, Lord, here we go with this shit. And again, if you want to forgive him, boo, if you like it, I love it. Ain't my situation, ain't my marriage, do you. Brittany, once again, is there throwing shade, talking shit. Talking about Lyrica this and Lyrica that and Lyrica. And K. Michelle was like, can't we all just get along? she was like, I'm just not here for the foolishness. Can we all just have a fun event? And she made a little comment to Jason Lee about, Lyrica not being that time. I mean, it was just a lot. Again, she just throwing so much shade and being so negative and so nasty. She was talking about how Jason Lee's supposed to be having this event for up and comers, but he got nobodies on the bill talking about Lyrica, nobodies. And I'm like, don't nobody know you either. Okay. So, and of course, Lyrica and Jason and A1 show up, and Jason Lee ain't really got a whole. A1 don't really have a whole lot of conversation for Jason Lee, and basically Jason Lee was like, "Look, I was doing my job." He was like, "Look, I came to you, and I gave he said I never do that. I came to you first before I released it." And Lyrica had a point. Lyrica was like, "Why didn't you call me? Like, we're friends. I get it that that's what you do, but why didn't you call me before you released that?" And he was like, "You're right. I should have called. You're right." And he was like, but I did talk to A1 and give him a chance. And A1 was like, "And what I asked you for time. Did you give me time?" Jason was like, "Nah, I ain't do that." So, like, why did you even bother calling A1 if you weren't going to... I mean, I understand that that's not normally what you do. What you thought was that you was going to lose the scoop. You thought somebody else had the information and they was going to put it out before you. So you released it. And they kind of squashed it or whatever, but he said in his confessional, "I wouldn't do anything different." So you're not sorry. And it is what it is. But he was like, "Well, how can I make it up to y'all?" Lyrica was like, A1 was like, "Well, Lyrica goes first. She's not opening up for nobody." But it made me wonder, well, where was K. Michelle on the bill? Because if K. Michelle went before, like, what? Anyway. But of course, y'all know who last on the bill was, right? Brittany B. So he switched the slots and he put Lyrica last. So we saw Mickey Monday perform. Okay, cool. We saw Brittany B perform, and she was, again, talking shit about she's a real lyricist, and this is what she's always wanted to do, and A&R was never really what she was trying to do, and I wasn't impressed with the singing or the song. Y'all let me know. I wasn't impressed with either one, and I know we've heard her sing, so I'm not saying she can't sing. I'm saying that particular song and that performance they played, I wasn't that impressed with. Then, Mickey Monday performed. Okay, cool. Then, and Trish was there. So Trish showed up looking plastic as ever. And he went to introduce Slick to Trish. And Trish was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we haven't officially met." And Slick was like, we definitely have officially met. And Trish tried to get Slick with Slick. She tried to get Slick with her. Oh, I did say it. Anyway. And was like, "No, see, this is the first time that I've been introduced to you." She talked like a little baby. "This is the first time that I've been introduced to you. It's the first time that I've said hi. My name is Slick. So no, this is the first time we've officially been introduced." Slick was like, "Yeah, all right then." And then Mickey jumped in like, "You acting guilty. You acting like you have something wrong," because he gonna jump in and hug her and whisper in her ear, "I love you so much. I'm so sorry about this." And Slick was like, "I ain't mad." She was like, I ain't mad. She's like, "I'm not understanding this energy, but I ain't mad." So then Lyrica performs, and I thought Lyrica looked good, sounded good, and I liked the song. But of course, who in the corner hating again? Is Brittany B talking about her. I'm not going to say that Lyrica can't sing. I'm just going to say that her songs are boring. Okay. So then when the show is over, Apple, because Apple was with Brittany. They know each other. So Apple rolls up on Lyrica after the show with Brittany. And Brittany going to say, "Hey, you remember me, right?" And Lyrica was like, now come to find out, they weren't like best friends that Brittany been trying to act like they were. Come to find out, they knew each other, they were cool or whatever. And then Brittany said, "Well, I heard that you was talking trash about me." And Lyrica was like, "Look, I most definitely was not. I don't remember. Like, I apologize." And they ended up making up or whatever. And then Lyrica said, "But you really need to talk to my best friend. Remember the girl with the dreads? What's her name? Shay?" She said, "You really need to talk to her, because that's who you really need to make up with, because she the one that really got a problem with you. Like, for real, me, I ain't tripping." Come to find out, that's who Brittany B was really friends with. And she feels like The other girl, both of them write music and all that other stuff. Both of them feel like the other one used them to get close to Lyrica or to get close to their contacts. And so they act like they was getting ready to fight or whatever. And then after all that, Brittany gonna say, well, I'm not even really tripping. That was like 6 years ago. But you've been tripping for the last 3 weeks about Lyrica. It was the same 6 years. So now you don't care. It's not a big deal to you. It was the same 6 years that you cared about before. Anyway, y'all, I just cannot. I just cannot. Okay? That's pretty much where the episode ends. We'll pick it up next week. That's all I got. Talk to y'all later. Peace.